Hey, how's it going? Up to Acc Tuesday 28 September 2021. We're looking from the papers. First up, New York Times, looking at a nice graph here of COVID in the red and blue states, going bad in the red states, good in the blue states. Over on the left, murder rates, line go up. Down here, R. Kelly got convicted, best of luck in jail. Below that, Haitian migrants. Below that again, New York mayor's race. So Eric Adams, he's the Democratic candidate. He's been taken under the wing of Michael Bloomberg, apparently. Billionaire, former mayor of New York, honorary knight commander of the Order of the British Empire. Very nice guy. You should look him up online, read a bit about him. New York Times International Edition, some lads carrying cocoa leaves in Colombia. Interesting picture down here about how cocoa paste is traded like currency. Apparently 1 gram is equal to 75 US cents, so the fish on the left costs 5 grams, bag of rice on the right costs 1 gram. Good to see the barter economy alive and well in Colombia. On the left, German elections. On the right, Beijing trying to avoid crisis with the Evergrande thing. Wall Street Journal, panic drivers in the UK find gas stations coming up dry. A little bit of fake news, they call them petrol stations in the UK. On the right, Facebook suspends plan for children's Instagram. Jesus, thank God for that. China lifts exit ban on 2 Americans, so the Chinese let 2 Americans go home after Canada released Meng Wanzhou, chief financial officer of Huawei, in a US brokered deal. Seems a bit of a raw deal for Canada, but there you go. USA Today, story about black singers and country music, jabs. New York Post, debt bomb, you're my debt bomb. This is pretty funny. Democrats plot this week to blow a hole in the federal budget for generations, so they're trying to pass this $3.5 trillion infrastructure bill. And what the New York Post said here, Nancy Pelosi is trying to push through a $3.5 trillion liberal palooza bill. Global Times from China, picture from the National Games, looks good. Meng Wanzhou over there. Down here, no energy crisis coming in China, says Chinese. Star for South Africa, story here about an artist COVID fund that was mismanaged, a lot of corruption and embezzlement. Over here, African National Congress having a meeting, launching their manifesto for the upcoming election. Human interest underneath. Tehran Times, story here is basically Iran are maintaining that the IAEA, the International Atomic Energy Agency, is simply a tool of American imperialism, and they're not speaking out over the violation of the Non-Proliferation Treaty as regarding this AUKUS pact, so the pact between Australia, the UK and America to give them nuclear subs. Apparently part of the Non-Proliferation Treaty is that you don't share nuclear knowledge between states. The Australian talking to see and outright lies as Turnbull feud hits court. So Malcolm Turnbull, he used to be the Prime Minister of Australia, he's up in court now. Him and his mates had a falling out and they apparently lost out on millions and millions of dollars. I mean, just rich lads fighting over more money in court. I'm going to cry some crocodile tears if you don't know what all the other stuff is, celeb things. The Hindu, banned hits road rail traffic in many states. That's the farmers' protest. They're kicking off again. Might heat up like they did last year. 20 Minuten from Switzerland. Swiss, ungeimpften droht die Kündigung. Sorry for messing up that pronunciation. But basically, the Swiss, which is the Swiss National Airlines, just called Swiss, is actually owned by Lufthansa. It's owned by a German company, but whatever. If you're not vaccinated, you won't be able to work there after December. So big issue for Switzerland because, of course, one of the lowest vaccination rates in Europe, 55%, something like that. Irish Examiner, human interest story, human interest true crime. Irish Times, story here about a man, John Hyland, closing down the last corner shop in Dún Laoghaire. It was literally called the last corner shop. Guess the type of place you could go in, drink a cup of tea, buy loose cigarettes, pay them whenever you wanted, that type of thing. Sad to see it go. The old world is dead. Long live the new world. Down here, something about tax rate. Berliners vote for buyout of corporate landlords. Good stuff. The Berliners voted to rein in corporate landlords in the city. Hopefully going to get some more fair and even distribution of housing. Irish Independent, farming, energy crisis coming. There's John Hyland again. Sad days. COVID WhatsApp privacy warning to school parents. Okay, given out for parents for naming children who have COVID in WhatsApp groups. The Herald, true crime, football. Irish Daily Mail, health. Housing is not out of control, says the Minister for Housing. I mean, he's not wrong. It's in the control of market forces. Perfectly normal thing to happen. Down here, R. Kelly, convicted sex offender. Pictured with Lady Gaga, not a convicted sex offender yet. Irish Sun, celebs, true crime. Belfast Telegraph, vaccine passports, true crime, football. Financial Times, fuel buying frenzy puts health service at risk. Okay, they're worried that doctors and nurses won't be able to get petrol to go to work. The Guardian, R. Kelly, Brexit to blame for the UK's fuel crisis, says Olaf Scholz. He's probably the new Prime Minister in Germany. He's not wrong. Down here, a picture of Rachel Reeves. She's Shadow Chancellor in Labour. She was in Brighton, obviously getting her hair blown around. On the left, sabotage claims over Shadow Minister's resignation. Andy MacDonald resigned from the Labour Party because they refused to support a £15 minimum wage. Fair play to him. The Times, fraud. There's the Rolling Stones back on tour with a new drummer. Independent, 4 stories on the top. Fuel crisis, Labour, hospitals, something else I don't understand. There's Olaf Scholz with a bunch of flowers. He looks good. Gotta get used to seeing his face for the next while. Army to be deployed as fuel price hit 8-year high. Okay, good to see the government finally intervening in the free market when it becomes a real critical issue and they know people are going to get really pissed off and maybe not vote for them again. Daily Telegraph, there's some lad standing out in the rain for some reason. I mean, there's a queue. I don't know what he's doing, but there you have it. Vaccine passports, Labour story, Daily Mail, jabs, smart motorways, some kind of inquiry coming. They had smart motorways in England apparently which could detect when cars broke down, but they're not working. True crime underneath. Daily Mirror, sexual predator James Bond, he's back. Let the key workers fill up first. iNewspaper, Army called up on set with sexual predator 007. Daily Express, true crime. How dare they make money out of misery? So talking to people jacking up petrol prices. I mean, it's the free market, baby. That's how Uber works. The more demand, the more it costs. Deal with it. The Metro, Kate and Naomi, model stuff. Britain gets back on board, okay? People back on public transport. I mean, the Metro basically only gets distributed to people on public transport. So telling them that there's more people on the transport is like telling an Eskimo it's snowing outside. I don't know. Daily Star, bad genes, okay, something about being fat. Uri Geller, you're not ready for the truth. Listen, Uri, no one is ready for the truth. The truth is that Julian Assange is still in jail, Belmarsh maximum security prison, without fair trial or due process. If you want to stay off corporate or state media for the day, just click the link in the description. Alright, thanks, good luck.